So, okay, guys, I wanted to come back today and I wanted to touch on a couple of things because when I when I had did the video yesterday, I was in my pajamas and I was tired and I actually had left out some information because, like I said yesterday, I was in my pajamas and I was tired, and I actually left out some information. So, again, I have some notes that I wanted to add on with my intel, and I have a bit of a rant. Yes, I have a bit of a rant too some stuff I must get off my chest. But hold on 1 minute. Hold on. Okay, so I'm back. So I wanted to finish talking about the stuff that I was discussing yesterday because there are some things that I kind of didn't cover. So, anyway, so this whole thing with the gun debate, I wanted to touch on the gun debate because I actually wanted to discuss about the gun debate, how that's just another issue here in America that is causing more division and separation as far as Democratic views versus Republican views about the gun control. And the whole thing is ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous and it's a waste of time because no matter how many laws they make or no matter how hard they may try to make it for people to get a gun, no matter where that person is in America, if they really want one, they will find a way to get one. It doesn't matter how many laws are in place. So that whole debate about guns and Democratic versus Republican and all of this stuff, it's just another huge distraction. And a lot of those mass shootings were false flags. And it's just another distraction. It's just like a fat person, okay? If a fat person wants to cheat on their diet and eat cake, okay? Me, I love chocolate cake. If I want to cheat on my diet and eat a piece of cake, I'm going to find a way to get that piece of cake no matter what. And I know that's kind of a weird comparison, but it's just common sense. The whole gun debate, the whole gun debate, in my opinion, is just another distraction. So, okay, as far as the cattle thing, we already know that Bill Gates purchased a lot of farms and had a lot of farms shut down. The Department of Agriculture, my late sister who passed away and had a heart attack a few years ago, she worked for Obama. She was in office with Obama during the Obama administration. I have family that is actually in the deep state. I do. My aunt in Doylestown, she worked for Obama too. She went to Kenya and did water wells. But my main point is back to the USDA. My sister, my sister who passed away, rest her soul, she worked for the department. She actually worked for the Department of Agriculture. Okay. And she used to go to Indian reservations and she actually helped save one Indian reservation. I think it was in South Dakota. And they even put her in a book on that reservation. She's famous. I have Native American in my family too. But my sister, when she was working for Obama and she was in the Obama administration and she worked for the USDA, Shelley Shepard, she she was doing things to try to help save the Indian reservations. And there was one that she actually did save, and she had to go on a mission, on like a secret mission, because she was a lawyer for the USDA, and the government actually wanted her to, go against her our own people at the Indian reservation and try to help shut down the reservation. But being that we have Native American and my sister from my father's side, she helped that Indian reservation, and she had took a secret flight. I think it was to South Dakota, and she went to the reservation and she helped them with the paperwork so the Indian reservation would not be able to be shut down. Or it's it's a lot of details to this story. So what you're seeing, is, as far as even the Indian reservations, the government has been trying to shut them down for a long time and make deals with them. Now the cattle that died, that all ties in to Bill Gates. It wasn't because the so-called heat wave. It's just part of the whole agenda to have the food shortages, to make people become more upset, and to create more social social unrest, and to make people more stressed out. But back to my sister who worked for Obama. She she was involved in a lot of corrupt things, but she was like, kind of like playing both sides. She did some things to help the Indian reservation, but she still was involved in other corrupt things during the Obama administration, just as my aunt. Because when my aunt went to Kenya to do the water wells, and she went to Kenya she was with the Maasai tribe, and she helped with the water wells. I'm sure there was other things because she went under the Obama administration jurisdiction, and I'm sure there could have possibly even been child trafficking involved, because the missionaries that go there, sometimes they take back children on the plane to give to other elites or rich families, so they can adopt these children and groom them within the within the it, it doesn't matter, Democrat or Republican. Some of them adopt the children and they groom them. There are even pardon me, there are even Republicans, rhinos, that have been involved in all of this stuff. So as far as like the cattle and the farms and everybody who's talking about the food shortage, all this stuff, everything, whether you want to talk about the gas prices, whether you want to talk about the um, transgender, the LGB, ABCD community agenda, no matter what it is, no matter what topic it is in America, all of this was planned out by design. This was planned out long ago because they want everyone fighting, they want separation, they want division, and it's just all pardon me, it's just all more distractions separate separate the masses. And it in my opinion, you can't, like, Republicans think that they're going to be able to solve all the problems. I need a tissue. I'm sorry, guys. Republicans think, not allergies. Republicans think, pardon me. Okay. So Republicans think they have all the answers, and oh, they're going to save America, and they're going to straighten everything out. But like I was saying in my other video, things are too far gone at this point for just one political party to even be able to straighten things out, because there are so many citizens there are so many citizens and people here in America that they themselves are too far gone. There's even people who call themselves conservatives, but they live reckless lifestyles. They sleep around. They have sex with a bunch of different people. They have reprobate minds. They still do a bunch of horrible stuff, and and that happens even within the Republican Party. Even with some of these so-called conservatives, a lot of them have very nasty, reckless lifestyles. They sleep around. They watch porn, and that brings bad luck on themselves. And if they're affiliated with the so-called Republican Party or Democrat Party, no matter what they're affiliated with, within that circle that they're connected to, there's always going to be problems and confusion, and no president, no president at this point is really going to be able to reverse things in America. I don't care what political party they're from. There is not going to be just one president that's going to be able to just change everything and make everything all the way better. Trump came close to it. Trump was doing a real good job and he had a lot of really good policies. But he knew and other people knew from that from the circles within politics and the so-called elite and the whole political theater. Everyone knew what was happening and what was going to lead for all of this to come to now full circle. What's happening, he knew all that hard work he put in with the border wall, and he reversed a lot of policies, and America was going strong, and Trump really did do a good job when it came to certain things. He really did do a good job, even though I wasn't too crazy when he was kind of siding with the red flag laws, and he tends to favor Israel more more so than um, helping people in Yemen. And again, there's going to be a lot of patriots that don't like what I'm saying, but I really don't care. The Mossad and in Israel, they've been bullying the Palestinians, and Yemenis people are suffering and starving to death. And Israel has bullied those people for quite a long time. So again, back to Trump. There are some, yes, there are some things that Trump did that was really good. But he knew, as far as Q and all of the Q intel and trust the plan, they knew all of this stuff was going to happen like this. He knew all his hard work that he did was going to be screwed up once once the Biden show once the Biden show started. Once the Biden show started, and with inauguration that it, the inauguration took place, but it's not legitimate. It was fake fake inauguration. It wasn't legitimate. Trump is still doing things. He's still doing things behind the scenes. There is shadow governments going on both sides. And at this point, even with Q and even with the people that are like, oh, trust the plan, everything is going to work out. We just have to get through all this stuff first. That plan, as far as Q and that whole situation, that plan changes. It changes day by day, and it has been altered because you literally have rhinos, you have black hats hacking into people's computers and phones versus white hat hackers, the good hackers that are also hacking and getting information and trying to take down all of the corrupt things that are going on. And it boils down to a lot of people understand, they don't understand the world of hacking. They don't get it. I want some lemon. They don't get it. It's a war right now between white hat hackers and black hat hackers. And the white hat hackers, they're doing a good job of stopping the deep state and gathering evidence. But the problem is, unfortunately, there are black hats that are also hacking into people's computers and phones and intercepting different evidence as well, and kind of trying to get rid of it before the white hats can get the information, whether it's a patriot or white hat that was assigned for the day to follow a particular person from the deep state to gain more evidence on them. It's so many levels to it. And it is a war, and it's going on. It's going on. And the mainstream media, they don't have a clue, and a lot of them are just mouth puppets for the Biden regime. And there are even some high level Republicans who aren't rhinos that are good people, they're for the Constitution and they're good people, but they still don't have a clue to what's really going on. And I've touched on this topic before. And at the end of the day, it's not really going to matter what political party you're with or what religion you are. It's all about making it through this depopulation and prepping and being ready and being spiritually sanctified, and to try to be your best version of yourself, to stay on the right frequency so you can make it through all this bullshit that's happening. A lot of people are chasing their tail, and they're just going in circles. And a lot of people are going to end up being eliminated. They're going to end up being eliminated because they're going to fall victim to the depopulation and whatever satanic agendas that are going on. They're going to get caught up in that stuff, and they're going to end up self-destructing because they're too caught up in all these distractions, and instead of trying to organize and do other things to save themselves and their family, to prepare to get through all this stuff, because it's going to get a lot worse. Now, I was watching a video in Ukraine. There's a guy that has a travel channel, and I don't want to say the name of his channel, but I know he's part of the deep state cabal. Okay, because he travels all over all these different countries. He goes in war zones. He goes to Venezuela, Brazil. He's been to Yemen, Somali. He's gone to major war zones where normal civilians and everyday people are not allowed. And he's had bodyguards and protection. And I know he's part of the deep state cabal, and he's a sympathizer of Ukraine. And he made a video. I was watching one of his videos, and the narrative, a lot of these channels, just like the news, and some of these people that are affiliated with the deep state, they're still pushing that whole, oh, Putin's bad, Putin is the bad guy, it's his fault why gas is so high, oh, the war shouldn't have happened. And they don't get the fact that Ukraine was an extreme hotbed for the deep state when you want to talk about the child trafficking, um, meth labs, chemical labs, whatever corrupt thing that you can think of was on the border of Ukraine. and it was starting to affect Russia, and Russians were being persecuted in Ukraine. And Putin is not a bad guy. He's doing what he has to do. He is doing what he has to do. And a lot of people, a lot of patriots here in America, they still have so much faith, and they idol worship President Trump, and they think he's just this big hero and he's just going to take down the cabal. And it it it's just it's starting to disgust me, because I know Trump did a lot of good things, but he knew all this stuff was going to happen. Q knew all this stuff was going to happen the way it's happening. And in my opinion, it's Putin and Russian white hats that are working the hardest to really try to stop the deep state, stop the cabal, and squash their plan for the New World Order. It's going to come, one world order. It's going to come, but it's not going to be New World Order how they planned it. It's going to be different than how the UN and NATO and the EU and how these people from Bilderberg and other people that plan the New World Order, and they think that no one can stop it. It already is being stopped. And there is still going to be an order that comes about, but it's going to be not how they want things to come out. Bilderberg Group and those people, all those people that are that meeting, and the people that are World Economic Forum, and all those people, a lot of those people are delusional, just like the travelers from the deep state that go to other countries and they're part of deep state, and they think that they're helping to aid in the agenda. Those people are delusional. Every day, every day, more people are waking up and they're fighting against this tyranny and the New World Order regime. There are, and I want to touch back on Islam and Muslims and the whole geopolitical thing. There are so many cells. Now, you don't want to call these people terrorists. Maybe you can call them freedom fighters. But there are so many cells already in place here in America and in other countries where they have their own plan. They have their own plan, and they're doing things to try to stop the New World Order. So, as far as Q and trusting the plan, you really can't put 100% into the Q and into trusting the plan, because things are changing. The plan has changed. I used to follow Q, and Q is true, and a lot of things have happened. But as far as putting 100% faith in Q and trusting the plan, I can no longer do that. I can no longer do that, because it's a psyop on many levels. The information in the Q drops is accurate and true, but it also has become a psyop, because the military is not going to reveal their whole entire plan. They're not going to do that, not even by code talk. And the people who teach about Q have not all been accurate. The people that teach about Q and give the drops, when they break down their explanation of it, they haven't even been 100% accurate. And I still think that the whole Q movement, part of it, why I call it a psyop, Whether the intel drops have come true or not, it's still a psyop because it wants people to sit back. Yes, yes. Oh no, no, thank you. Okay. There's one left over. No, thank you. I don't like Kentucky Fried Chicken, and I don't like it. Thank you. No, last time I had that one time in my stomach. I don't like. Okay. Thank you, though. I'm more of a crown chicken. Thank you. Okay, so um, where was I at? What was I saying? Oh, I was talking about Q, how it has become a psyop because it's causing too many people. It's causing too many people to just sit back and be like, "Oh well, uh, Q's handling everything in the military, and they're just handling everything, and we don't have to do nothing. We can just sit back and do whatever, and Q's just gonna handle everything." But it doesn't work like that. We, the people that are patriots and people that are for the Constitution, we have to do we have to do our part as well, and that could mean a whole variety of different things. That can just be so many different things that individually each patriot can do, whether it's prepping, giving out information, becoming a part of a mag group, getting homesteads ready. There's a lot of other things that need to be done. If we sit around all day and focus on Q or the news or all these different things, the gun debate, if we sit around all day and focus on all those distractions, we as a people, we're just going to be overwhelmed in the mind about every little thing that's going on, and it's just going to be a distraction to take us off, to take our focus off of surviving and getting spiritually in tune and getting on a good frequency, because that's the only way your ass won't be eliminated. It doesn't matter how many guns you have or bunkers. That doesn't guarantee you. It doesn't guarantee nothing, because there are high level special forces that can still run up in your shit, and they can still blow your shit up. They can blow your bunker up. So it doesn't matter how many underground bunkers someone might have and artillery. There still can be a missile strike that could take your whole bunker out like that. And at the end of the day, a lot of people, they're not on the right frequency. They're not on the right frequency, and they're going to end up being eliminated regardless. And I want to touch back on what I was saying on the end of my last video, how Putin is going to protect certain people. And that is absolutely true. That is absolutely true. There are some people here in America that have the old blood, and they come from Jesus bloodline, and they have the same DNA as Jesus. And these people are the people that are targeted individuals and are gang stalked. People like me, people from a Moorish bloodline. There's people in Dr. York's family. There's people in the Nation of Islam. There's people in the Outlaw Nation with the white folk. There's all different nationalities or bloodline that are connected directly to Jesus and have the same DNA. And a lot of this stuff with the New World Order and depopulation was designed to take us, the chosen ones, to take us out and have us affected by it the most. But us people who are aware and we're conscious and we know what's going on, we're going to be the ones that end up surviving most of this. And Putin knows that there are a certain amount of us here in America who are special and chosen and who have been targeted by the government. And once the shit totally hits the fan, there is a certain amount of us here in America, patriots, and some of you don't even have to be a patriot. You will be protected because the bloodline has to be preserved. Now, the plan of the New World Order is for them, Bilderberg and Klaus Schwab and Bill Gates and all of those people that come from the draconian bloodline, Queen Elizabeth, the Pope, all of those people, they're they have been part of trying to push the New World Order agenda to get rid of chosen ones. But Putin is aware of who the chosen ones are. And even when the shit hits the fan completely, when it hits the fan completely, and even if missiles were to be launched and there were to be a small nuclear situation here in America, there are people that will be protected and picked up and brought to safe locations. And Putin is aware of who these people are, and they will be protected. It was the job of the original United Nations to protect these people, but they don't. They don't. The United Nations was designed to protect and help indigenous people or people from certain bloodlines that have matching DNA to Jesus. And you have people here that have extraterrestrial DNA. They're on a higher frequency, they're on a higher level when it comes to everything. The UN knows about these people, and the UN was supposed to protect these people. Haile Selassie made a speech about this, but the UN has failed and became just, it's just another racketeering. All it is another money laundering, racketeering organization that pockets most of the money for their self and their leaders within the cabal. The EU, NATO, United Nations, all of it. It's all corrupt. And Putin is the main person fighting against it. And it disgusts me and it makes me upset at times to see that people don't have a clue. But this isn't for everyone. This isn't for everyone. Not everyone is going to wake up. Not everyone is going to wake up. Not everyone is going to make it through these next couple of years. But there are some people that are going to make it. Because after all of the chaos, because they want, order out of chaos and all that, after all of the chaos and destruction and civil unrest and missile strikes, there's going to need to be the humans from the bloodline of Jesus, or the humans who have contact with extraterrestrials like Native Americans. And I don't want to go into the whole extraterrestrial thing because a lot of people still don't understand what's going on with that. I don't want to touch all into that. A lot of people aren't going to be able to handle what I have to say. They're just going to say, oh, she's crazy. Oh, she doesn't know what she's talking about. But there are people here that are protected. They are protected because after all of the destruction, there's still going to be a need to have a certain amount of people to replenish society and replenish the earth. And the draconian, reptilian, the people who want the New World Order, the bad guys, they think that they're supposed to be the ones to control everything and take over everything. And they think that they're the ones that are entitled to the earth. But they are sadly mistaken. And they're not the chosen ones. The real chosen ones will be protected. The real elite and the people that have the bloodline will be protected. And Putin is fighting. He is fighting for those of us who will be protected. And that's about all how I can explain this. Anyone who understands, overstands it, it's meant for you. But anyone who's like, oh, she's crazy, what is she talking about? This is weird, then you're just not a chosen one. Or you're just not you didn't come up out of your MK Ultra. The veil, see my eyes? I don't have a veil over my eyes. I'm not under MK Ultra. I broke through the MK Ultra. Many people who watch TV and watch porn and watch mainstream media, they have a film over their eyes and their mind and their pineal gland and their whole frequency is satanic. And that's why they don't understand this type of information, because they're still under the veil. They're still under the brain fog of the MK Ultra. So that means that either they don't care, they don't want to get the information, or they've already given themselves to the devil, they've given themselves to Satan, and it's too late for them. So anyone who watches me when I drop these intel and they say, oh, she's crazy, and they don't understand, it's usually because they've already lost their soul to Satan and they've given over to the devil, or they just haven't done enough to erase the veil and erase the MK Ultra so they can snap out of it. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what religion you are, it doesn't matter what your skin color is, it doesn't matter what political party you're affiliated with. What matters is, have you repented? Are you on the right frequency? Are you living your life the purest you can? Are you trying your best? Are you trying your best? Or are you just some low life person that doesn't care and is caught up in all the corruption, and you're one of those people that's down with the cabal? And you people that are like that follow the satanic agenda, people that are like that, and they think that they're going to be protected, you people will be the first ones eliminated. You can run to your bunkers, many of you politicians. People don't know. Like, this shit is getting real. This shit is real. It's real. It's really real. And the video, back to what I was saying about the guy in Ukraine, and he's like, oh, this and oh, that, and he made the video of him in Ukraine, and he's getting bombed, and a bomb went off like right next to him, and oh, Putin's the bad guy. Everyone wants to make Putin the bad guy. Putin knows what he's doing. Yes, Putin knows what he is doing. Many are called, but only few are chosen. Yeah.